Good morning. Good morning, Christopher, Nettie, RJ. You guys ready? Today we're doing a special feature with Talk to Me, I Talk Back. And our special guest today will be one of the race legends, KADAFI. I'm going to go ahead and bring him on so we can get started. Mm-mm-mm. One second, you guys. I'm adding him on. Let's get this going. Good morning, Leo. And happy Sunday, everyone. Good morning. I got you, caught you in the bed, huh?
Just, yeah, I work at the nightclub, so I don't get off till about like 4 or 5 in the morning.
Yes, yes. A lot of people don't know you have other things besides racing going on.
Yeah, you got to pay the bills.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. And tell them, let them know a little bit about what KADAFI is about. What goes
Well,
on besides
well,
racing?
yeah, I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Um, Besides racing, I got a job. I run nightclubs, and I'm a part of the Pittsburgh Gentlemen. I've been in that great motorcycle organization for 16 years. Um, And that's basically it. I just try to, go to work, come home, enjoy my kids, family.
Exactly. Now, one of the questions that was brought to me, and I think everybody out there would like to know, how did KADAFI get started in racing?
Well, like I said, I've been a, well, get started. Well, I first had a dirt bike when I was a kid and enjoyed it. And then, my parents wouldn't get me another bike again. They said they were too dangerous. So when I turned, like, I think 18, I got my first street bike. And
Mhm.
you just had fun with it, rode around, had fun. Then always did a little bit of street racing here and there, nothing serious at all. And then probably like within the last 4 or 5 years, I got serious into the racing. Actually, as far as the racetrack it is.
Mhm. And another question: what inspires you?
Mm, inspires me. Inspires me. I just like to work hard. When I see other people. I see like from LA, you got Fast Black, you got all the guys from Detroit, the Next Lane Racing, they're so fast. You got all the guys in Atlanta, Hammer and all those guys, they're so fast. You just want to try to compete, and they inspire you to do better.
Yeah, yeah. And then a lot of another question people were asking: do you build your own bike or do you have a team?
Well, I don't know. I don't actually. I maintain my bike, but as far as building it, all that credit goes to GMS Racing, Greg Dahl. They have Damon over there. They have Donnie. They're really, really good. They actually did all the building and the tuning and stuff. But basically, I know how to work on my bike because it's at the level that it's at. we have to learn how to tune our own clutches, and there's always something breaking on those bikes because they're making just so much power now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then, so I know you have a couple of bikes. When I met you in AZ a few years back, you had different types of bikes. So which divisions do you race in?
Well, when you sent me an AZ a few years ago, I had brought a V rod down. My big bike wasn't ready, but with Sal, I had gave a commitment that I was coming, so I made
Mm-hmm.
sure I had something to ride. But as far as divisions, just the outlaw bagger class. But now this year, this is going to be the first year that I'm getting into the AMRA. That's a sanctioned racing group. It's been around for like maybe 40, 50 years, and I'm going to run in the regular street. It's called the street bagger class. So it's going to be a little interesting because it's going to really come down to more of the rider than the bike, because the bikes are all pretty much on an equal stand. They're all you can only have up to a 133 cubic inch. They have to be stock wheelbase. So
Mm-hmm.
everybody's on a totally equal level playing field. So
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty fun. It's going to take a lot of practice. I just hope I can be competitive with those guys.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and you so right now I know I put up a video a while back, 8 seconds or less. And I think
Oh yeah.
the you start laughing. So what are you doing right now?
Well, the 8 seconds or less, I did that was like about 3 years ago, and
Hmm.
it was just an accomplishment because that was the first time anybody on a true FL frame bagger broke into the eights. There's a lot of people that are running nines. I think there's some people even running mid nines downstairs. I think even now, I think I seen Rob G break into the low nines from California. He's from California.
Hmm.
Um, so he has a big turbo bike. So there's a lot of people that are really running really, really fast now.
Right, right. Yeah, because at one time it was like Gaddafi's got the fastest bagger in the world, and like somebody on the feed is saying, you have always stayed humble. And I've noticed that you don't brag, you give everybody their props as well that race and so on and so forth.
Right,
So what,
right.
yeah. So what
And
team, go ahead.
I said at the beginning that, first, I'm also a promoter. That's what I do. So if I come off and talk a little shit and this and that, it's all just fun and games, because that's what I'm doing. I'm actually trying to promote a race or an event, even a concert at work, a party I'm doing. So it's all in promotions, really.
Hmm. Hmm. So what are you bringing to AZ this year?
I'm going to bring the big bike this year.
Okay.
Um, see how it does against everybody, and running in the outlaw class, or if anybody wants to run like, a wagered bet or something just for fun, we can do it.
Okay, okay. And now I know you guys had a race a few months back. What was that, in North Carolina or?
Right, North Carolina. That was a nice race.
And so how did that go? And where did
Um,
you place?
I won the outlaw class. I raced. I think I raced Mr. Julius in the first, or in the championship. Yeah, I raced Huckleberry's bike. He's from I think he's from California, Sacramento. He has a really big turbo bike that goes really, really fast, and he got some excellent riders that race his bike for him. So it's always a challenge to race against him. I mean, clear. To me, I don't. I'm not a great rider. I think I'm an okay rider. I'm learning. I'm learning every day as I go. So it's always a good experience, because just because you have a faster bike, absolutely doesn't mean that you can beat anybody. You still got to go A to B on the bike.
Right. And a lot of people say, it is about a jockey as well that rides that bike.
Right. I would say, my personal opinion, I would say it's 60% the bike and 40% the rider.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And now, um, let's get into motors and things like that. I'm a woman, so I know a little bit. You know, I'm down. I'm always down on the track because I love it.
Right.
So you say you bring in your big bike. Which I mean, what type of motor? I know you don't want to tell too much, but what can you tell us about the bike that you're bringing?
You know what? I've never been a secretive person. I always tell everybody what I got if they ask me, because I tell them at the end of the day, you still got to beat me. I mean, I can
Mhm.
tell you, what I got, you just got to beat me. Just like some people don't care. Some football teams don't care if you got their plays. You got to stop them. You know.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
oh, the type of motor, yeah, it's actually, I'm actually the first. There's probably about 7 people that are doing the same thing I did now, but I was the first person 3 years ago to put a Street Pro motor in an FL frame. So
Mhm.
that's kind of like it's kind of almost like a real race motor. Everything's up, the compressions, the heads flow more. So I was the first person to put that in an FL frame, and now there's like I would say there's like a lot of there's about 5 or 6 people that are doing it also. So it should be pretty interesting this year.
Oh, okay, okay. It's gonna be a little bit. Now, I have a question because I've seen this at the AZ races, where um, I guess it's nitrogen, and I guess it was asked to take it out. Now,
Right.
do you use that? Or will you race without that?
Well, like I said, depending on classes set up, some classes allow it, some classes don't. But if you're just truly doing a grudge race, it's just all in the negotiation. Somebody may have a big motor, somebody may have another big motor. They'll say,
Hmm.
okay, well, I'll race you, but you got to take your nitrous off, your bottle off. And that's just all in the negotiations. I usually don't use nitrous.
Hmm.
Um, I usually use the only time I'll use the nitrous is if I really want to put the mile an hour on the bike on the big end, but I usually don't use it. Some people live and die, live with it. Some people blow their shit up with it all the time. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
I mean, just on what some people like a turbo. So it's just on people's preference, really.
Hmm. Hmm. And so a lot of people, I did not know that. I didn't know you didn't use it. Because I see it used a lot out there. Um,
No, I have. No, no, no. I have and I have used it, but
okay.
is I don't use it all the time. Let me put it like that.
Okay, I got you. Okay. So what is the bet you putting out there? So maybe it's a few people that's on this feed because we got a lot of folks out here might want to, set out a
Well,
little wager.
yeah, I always put on a bet. I'll give anybody a race. We can race heads up. It don't matter for what amount. Somebody want to race something big, we can. They want to race something small, we can. Just a friendly wager. The East Coast is coming, so I just like anybody wants to lock in some money on a head up bet. Doesn't have to be nothing outrageous. We can do it and have some fun.
Hmm. And what else I want to know is I've seen a little flyer out there. So what do you have coming up personally?
Well, we basically we were doing that big race in Georgia for the last 2 years.
Hmm.
Some of the issues with the track didn't work out, and we couldn't get some other couple little things we couldn't pan out. So I mean, I have a really good rapport with the track in Pittsburgh, my hometown. So
Hmm.
we just decided to do it here, and I'm just hoping that most of the great racers, the best racers, they all gave me commitment that they're coming. It's just like, in the biker community, like if somebody's throwing a party, you can't expect nobody to come to your party unless you don't go support their stuff. So I feel like I've been to everybody's races. I'm coming to Arizona too. So hopefully I get some good support at the track that the race that I'm doing.
Okay, what's that date so people can start being prepared?
It's June 10th, Pittsburgh Raceway Park, and that's in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Okay, okay. Now everybody on here heard that, and make sure you put that flyer, get that flyer to me, and I'll put it out there as well. So it's June 10th in Pittsburgh.
Right, correct.
Now, Now I have some more gentlemen. I got Pato. He's on the feed. Pato, you got any questions? You got anything to say? I see Dirt
Right.
Rock is out there too, on the feed.
Yeah, Ponta is a good racer. He kicked my butt in Atlanta one time.
Yeah. And yeah, he's done good as well in AZ. I mean, and it was like no fear there. Everybody went up against everybody there. And that's what I like. It wasn't just a lot of talk. Everybody got
Yeah,
on the track. And like I say, run what you brung.
yeah.
Simple as that. And I do want to tell you thank you because you do come out, you do support. You've been to AZ 3 times. You've been there since we started the races there, and as well as in Atlanta. You've been coming there, so definitely got to come support you in June. We definitely have to do that. Now, is there anything out there you folks have to say? I don't see nobody asking questions.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Panto say he's making it to the event. So you got a little. I know you got Sammy, you got Black, you
Right.
got Crip Charlie, you got
Oh,
Chris, they all coming. They all coming. So and I think I'm gonna also be interviewing King O.
Bo, Bo Press says he's coming too.
Oh, yeah. So it's gonna be. I think it's gonna really be exciting this year. And so they want to know the dates in June again for your event.
June 10th.
June the 10th, you guys. He's doing it in Pennsylvania, and he wants all the ones he comes out to and support come out there and support as well. And I
Right.
think it was a big showing in North Carolina too.
Yeah, they always have a big showing. That's a whole nother animal. When you go to North Carolina, that's a racing state. Like over here, when people go to the nightclub to party in Pennsylvania, I don't know, maybe by LA or whatever. In North
Mm-hmm.
Carolina, party is the track. Like that's where they go to party. So
Mm-hmm.
it's it's more like over there. They look at it in North Carolina. Racing so big in North Carolina, it's almost like a social gathering now. It's really really big.
Yeah, and now Bo Press, he said all of Detroit is coming. so
Uh,
so
those,
it's
I'll tell you what, those guys from Detroit, man, they have a real solid program. They
mm-hmm.
are flying. They're building some bikes that are so fast you can run them on the street, the track. Those guys are really, really flying. I mean, I don't. That's like the best kept secret around. These guys, I mean, they're flying up there in Detroit, Michigan.
Yeah. Now, I have one more other question for you. Will you be in Atlanta for the races with Bree?
Um, is it? Are they doing it on the street race?
They're doing it at the track. They're going to do it at the track. They're going to this year be their first year. They're going to try to do it at the track.
Right. Oh well, I'll tell you what. As long as it's not bumping heads with AMRA, because I told you I'm racing that circuit this year, I'll definitely come down to race. If not race, I'll be there to support for sure. You know, I'll definitely be.
Okay. I don't see no questions out there, fellas. I don't
Yeah,
see
it's
no.
probably
Huh?
for early in the morning. Probably everybody on the
There's
way.
a lot of people on the feed. I guess they I don't know what's going on. But like you said, you'll be in AZ and you bring in a team, or you just going to bring that one bike? Because I know sometimes you have other guys that come and race.
I'm just gonna bring that one bike. You know, everything was kind of last minute. I really kept. It was a shame how they canceled the event last year, especially because the Soul Brothers had nothing to do with it. You know, you can't. You can't. I get so mad when I'm at work if somebody gets shot down the street at my nightclub, down the street from my business. They want to blame the business. Well, no, you got to start blaming individuals. You know, you can't blame the business. But it's a shame
Exactly.
how they. Yeah, and it's a shame how they it got canceled because of that because they didn't have
Mm-hmm.
nothing to do. So, but yeah, I'm definitely coming. I'm coming. We rented a cargo van, and I'm gonna fly down. I have to go to work on Thursday night, then I'm gonna fly down Friday morning. So it's just me and probably like 3, 4 people.
Oh, okay, okay. Because I know normally you set up and you have your display, and that's how when I met you, I've seen all the different bikes that you run and
Right.
so on and so forth. What I had names for them that year. I had what, Fire. I had different names.
Yeah,
But this bike is called King Kong, I think it is, right?
it's called King Kong. It's been under
Yeah.
years.
hmm Well, I don't see no questions, so I look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks in Arizona doing your thing with King Kong.
Oh,
And there's nothing else you want to put out there. I know
no,
you had a wager that you put out that I posted.
yeah, like I said, I would like the wagers. I'll run anybody heads up. If they want to lock in some money, we can lock it in. No, it doesn't
hmm
have to be a whole lot of money. It doesn't have to be whatever they want, from 500 to 5,000. If they want to lock something in, we can.
Yeah.
I would be pay for my trip with a one race.
Dirt Rock, he said he need a VIP pass to your club.
Problem.
He said, no problem, Dirt. You got that. So I look forward to seeing you March the 29th through the 31st, and
Right.
hey, see what you brung and see how it runs. I thank you so much, Gaddafi, and I appreciate you getting up early this morning to speak with
Right.
me. And
Right.
I love you and appreciate it. And I love all you guys out there. You all have a
Right.
great and wonderful Sunday. Thank you, Gaddafi.
Bye bye.